What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Zombie Chris Explains It All, the podcast, videocast. If you're watching this over on YouTube, you can check me out over on there. I'm a creator, content creator, as people like to say. Just search Zombie Chris. I'm sure I'll pop up. Anyway, we are back, episode 8 of the podcast. Today we are talking about Galaxy's Edge, as well as Universal's new announcement, which is pretty much dubbed the Harry Potter coaster. It's kind of funny because that's how the general public is going to always call it. They're not going to call it the full Hogwarts Magical Express motorbike adventure ride. They're not going to call it the long name. They're just going to call it the Harry Potter ride, even though Harry Potter is probably not on it or featured in it at any point. Think about that for a second. Without further ado, we're going to get to that when we come back. Before we get to the good stuff, I just want to tell you something very personal, very deep. If you'd like to reach me, you can reach me over on zombiekeeper83@gmail.com. You can send me any advice, any topics you want to see me cover, anything that you want to see the podcast do or maybe improve on in the future episodes. You can also reach me over on social media, over on Twitter, Instagram, over at Zombie CT. It's quite simple, and no, the CT is not Connecticut. I don't know why everyone keeps getting that reference. No, it's not Connecticut. Sorry. If you have a video question you want to do, send it over. I'll make sure it gets on to the next podcast, and yeah, that'll be it. So who should we start with? I'm gonna start with the smaller news, in my opinion. It's quite small in comparison. Universal reveals the new Harry Potter coaster. There's details, and I'm reading everything on Thrill Geek. Shout out to Thrill Geek. Not a sponsored by any way. It's a good group of guys and girls, and they all cover theme park topics as well as some popular culture news as well. So check them out if you haven't already. Yes, so we have the new Harry Potter announcement, which is kind of funny. They announced this. They put out a picture. I think there was like a teaser video, but nothing really announced about it other than an opening date, and it's a Potter coaster. But it is coming out June 13th, 2019. Quite perfect time, especially summertime. They always seem to do these openings around May or June or July. It makes perfect for the summer vacation. So, yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say. I'm not really particularly excited for this ride. I know most folks always keep saying that it's a family coaster, or why is it a family ride? It's not an extreme ride. But I don't get why people would want something extreme in the park when you have other extreme stuff. There's even a Jurassic Park coaster that's supposed to be coming. I take it next year. They're building it right now, supposedly, and that's going to be more of an extreme coaster. It's a little mind-boggling for me to say Jurassic Park and extreme coaster. They don't go together for some reason. I would think maybe we're missing like that Jeep ride that I've always wanted, but yeah, maybe that'll be in the Fantastic World or third park. Rumor. Yeah, so Hogwarts, it looks like it could be cool. I'm sure it's going to have some neat elements. It's not just going to be a standard coaster. But then keep in mind, Disney, I mean, Universal, it's kind of playing catch up at this point. I know there's a lot of like fans out there who are going to say, no, you're wrong. But they kind of are playing catch up more so recently than like more than ever. Because you got Hogwarts, you got Jurassic Park coaster, you have what's being announced as far as the next third park, which is a ways away. You had Nintendo Land, which is sort of I guess now it's scrapped or on the back burner, or it's being put into the third park as opposed to what the plans were before. And then you have a whole lot of like shopping, retailing, hotel stuff being built, which is all cool. And, more hotels bring more guests and more, destinations to visit. But Universal has kind of been skipping out as far as the attraction wise. I mean, they had Fast and Furious last year. I think it was last year, which was doomed horrible. And then you had Jimmy Fallon, which most people don't really care for. That's already two, back-to-back hits if you don't really care for those. And then you had Kong, which I particularly really enjoy because motion simulators are my favorite rides in the world. But most people felt it was just okay. So that's 3 hits back-to-back that are just subpar for Universal. And Disney, on the other hand, is announcing, so much stuff with the Ratatouille ride and Guardians of Galaxies and Epcot's reimagining. And you have the biggest thing they're dropping in the longest time. And I'm not talking about Pandora 2.0 or 2.5. I'm talking about Booyah. Star Wars announces opening dates for Galaxy Edge. Big drop. They have announced that at Walt Disney World, it will open up August 29th, 2019. But there's a catch. Just wait. There's a catch here because it's only going to open up with Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, and I'm assuming half of the land is going to be open at this point. Then the other half will open up when they open up later on in the year, which I'm assuming, in knowing Disney, I'm going to assume this is going to be probably November time. I'm trying to think if they're going to do it like right before Thanksgiving weekend or somewhere around that time. I'm assuming they're kind of aiming for that. Now, a lot of people are torn about this. A lot of people are either it's okay and they understand, or a lot of people are really upset by this and they're angry, or they're just like, I only have one vacation and I only get to experience half of this, and now I got to come back next year to experience the other half. It's kind of cheapening, but I mean, as big as this land is and as much is going on, I'm okay with it. Smuggler's Run seems an okay simulator ride. It's nothing, jaw-dropping, but it looks like a solid ride. But then you have the other one, which is Rise of the Resistance, which I'm assuming is supposed to be the Juggernaut attraction, like something we've never seen done before in history. And usually Disney is very good at doing this. They've done this before with rides. Look at Flight of Pandora. I always want to say Flight of the Pandora. Flight of Pandora. Or maybe that's not even called Flight of Pandora. I don't even know. It's been so long. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. The ride, it took motion simulators and made them elevated in new ways. Ratatouille with the technology of the motionless ride. I mean, they've done so much, and I probably won't even see this until next year. I want to say next year, unless I by some miracle I somehow wind up in the Disney park later this year. Episode 8 is in the books. Once again, if you want to reach me, you can reach me over at zombiekeeper83@gmail.com. If you want to reach me over on social media platforms, it's zombie CT. Just remember, zombies CT, not from Connecticut. I don't know why people keep thinking that. Maybe I ought to make that in a shirt down the road. Not from Connecticut. Anyway, that has been it for episode 8. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for liking, subscribing, following, whatever it may be on whatever platform you're listening to this or watching this. Thank you guys. I will catch you guys on another podcast very, very soon, or video cast if you're watching this. Thank you guys, and good night. Or peace out. Yeah, I like that better. Peace out.